thick. These are absolutely delicious. That is perfect.
The Wild Grill is brought to you by Napoleon Grills, North Fork Bison,
Welcome to the Wild Grill. Today we are kicking it Asian style. We'll be starting off our menu with beautiful crisp spring rolls. Oh, I want spring so much. I thought, why not start with them? And then we'll be moving into a beautiful, succulent Canada Goose teriyaki. I'm going to accompany that with rice and vegetables. And then we'll be finishing off our menu with pear and apple wontons. It's going to be so, so yummy. But first, I need to get to know my friend here a little bit better and start prepping for my main. So grabbing my boning knife, let's go on and get in. So since today I'll be treating my goose similarly to how I would cook a steak, I'm really going to take my time to remove the skin here. Nice, easy little strokes, and everything lifts right off. Well, there you have it, friends. We are done processing our goose. And something I wanted just to take a second to focus in on are these beautiful muscle fiber lines that you see here in our breast. Now, what you want to keep in mind when you go to enjoy your steak, whether it be goose or beef, is that you want to actually cut against these lines, giving you fewer fibers in each bite, which will make it a more tender and enjoyable mouthful. So why brine? Well, a common complaint with waterfowl is that it has a real gamey flavor to it. So brining actually helps remove the capillary blood found in dark bird meat. And today I'm using a really simple recipe for my brine. All it is 4 cups of water, and then a 1/4 cup each of soya sauce, brown sugar, and salt. So let's combine that all together in our water, and then we'll get our bird in. So now what you want to do is get this into the fridge. I'm going to leave it there for a few hours, but anywhere from a few hours up to 24 hours will do the job just right. Next up, let's get outside and get started on our veggie spring rolls. Well, friends, what better way to enjoy a beautiful spring day than to make beautiful, crispy spring rolls? I have my skillet on. Let's get it fired up. All right, that is getting nice and hot now. Let's get our sunflower and sesame oil in. Just gonna add in our carrots and cabbage to start. Oh yes, just can't help it. That sound just always makes me so happy. Love the sizzle. All right, these are looking about halfway done. Time to add in the rest of our veggies. I have our mushrooms. Who doesn't like some mushrooms in those? Next is our garlic. Garlic is so yummy. And then I'm going to add soya sauce and hoisin sauce as well. That's really going to bring us the foundation of those Asian flavors. Oh yeah. Oh, those smells. That smells absolutely delectable. Now all I'm watching for is for my sauces to render down a little bit. I want that soya to get as thick and sticky as possible. All right, these are about done. Now I'm going to add in our bean sprouts. I wanted to wait a little bit, put those in last, because we don't want to cook those too much. We just really want them heated up. My veggies are done. I've grabbed a dish so that I can remove it from the heat because I don't want it to keep cooking if I keep it in the skillet. So let's get that off. Oh, look at how thick that is. Oh my. Those look absolutely drenched in that sticky sauce. Next, let's get these into our spring roll wraps. All right, guys, let's go ahead and grab our spring roll pastry wraps. Super easy here. You just get it lined up like a diamond in front of you. We'll put some of our delicious filling on the inside. Okay. All right, we'll just take our corners in. Think of the sides first. Bring up the bottom. Kind of looks like a bit of an envelope. And then we'll fold it up. Oh, one done. You know, I love using cabbage in these, and not just because it's what you would expect in an Asian cuisine, but cabbage is absolutely a powerhouse of health for us. It is full of vitamin C, amongst other vitamins, and really, really vital nutrients for our bodies. All right. Oh, those are going to be absolutely delicious. Next up, I just want to take my skillet inside, give it a quick clean so it's ready to go for the next step. Skillet is clean and ready to go. Now I just want to add some vegetable oil in, and then we'll start frying these up. I'm going to fry them up one at a time just to give them that extra attention to make sure everything comes together nicely. So a little tip when trying to find out if our oil is up to temperature, a lot of people, what they do is they'll put a little bit of water in and see if it dances on top of the oil. For me, what we're going to do today is just rip off a little piece of our spring roll pastry, and let's see if it swims. Oh, look at how quickly that fries up. I would say our oil is definitely up to temperature. So let's get these into their bath. Okay, so I just checked mine. You'll notice that it's that nice brown color I'm looking for. So at this point, since we've already cooked our veggies, we can just focus on getting the right doneness, if you will, of our spring roll pastry. So that is right about where I want it. I like that color. Now at this point, feel free to put it on a little bit of paper towel, just so it can soak up any excess grease on there. Oh, look at the color on that guy. Really happy? All right, time for your cousin. So you want to make sure you really keep an eye on these because they do not take long to fry up in this oil. Like, seriously. All right, get that on there. Oh, I'm really happy with those. Now what's next is just to plate it up. And what I'm going to be using for dipping sauce today is sweet chili Thai sauce. Absolutely love this stuff. This is where you can have a little bit of fun. As we know, we always eat with our eyes first. Look at that, guys. How delicious looking are those spring rolls. And you know me, I can't serve it until I try it. You know, it's just quality control. Really, I'm doing my part. So let's get in there and give it a taste. Oh my goodness. Did you hear that crunch? That is amazing. And the flavor of those sauces, it's thick, it's gooey. And I love the fact that my vegetables, although they're cooked, they still have a little bite to them. That's exactly what I wanted. I think we knocked it out of the park, guys.
This portion of the Wild Grill is brought to you by SBD Knives.
I absolutely love teriyaki, and I know it's a favorite amongst many of my friends, so I cannot wait to get started on the main event today. So what I have here is a nicely heated skillet, just waiting for the vegetables to come in. So when you make a teriyaki, you know, really you can use whatever vegetables you have around. Broccoli is the main staple that I find in the majority of teriyakis. And so today I have broccoli florets, I have snap peas, did a little chop lollipop to my carrots, as well as some diced white onion. So let's get these in and we'll get them softened a bit. Look at that nice mountain of veggies. My mom should be so proud of me. All right, just to help these guys along here, I'm just gonna add a little bit of water to get that steam going. Then I just wanna cover it and we'll come back and check it every few minutes. Oh, those are perfect. They are ready to go. I want to take this off the heat and get it into a bowl. Then I'm going to jump right into our teriyaki sauce. Okay, I'm going to get this back on here, but I want to turn my heat down to low because I don't want to burn my sauce. All right, so for my teriyaki sauce, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, we're gonna first get our water right into our skillet. Okay, next is our soy sauce. And then we have honey, just to sweeten that sauce right up. And that is followed by brown sugar, okay? We're really bringing up that sweetness just to balance out that soya. And then I also want to add in some ground ginger and garlic. And once that's all incorporated nicely, I just want to watch it and bring it up to a nice rolling boil. So what I have here is just a little bit of water and cornstarch. And I'm just going to add, judge it for yourself, but I'm just going to add a little bit in at a time just to help thicken up my sauce. All right, that is thickened up really nicely. So now I'm just going to bring my veggies back this way and get those in all of that syrupy goodness. Oh yeah. All right, those are nicely coated now. So now all we're gonna do is cover it up, get it off the heat, and then we'll move over to our goose.
This Wild Sips is brought to you by Fielding Estate Winery.
Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me yet again. I want you to tell me what would pair well with goose teriyaki.
Okay.
Oh, with beautiful spring rolls.
Did I ever tell you I took a Thai cooking course and I learned how to make spring rolls?
Oh, get out. No.
What I think of when I have a medley of those really intense flavors and then the teriyaki has that sort of sweet sauce, what I'm thinking about is refreshment.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I brought for us today is, that's a very cold cider. So ready to roll.
We like it chilly around here.
We do. This is really great. So this is from Fielding, which is a winery in Niagara, but they also make a cider. And what I think is really neat about cider, shall I pour us one?
Sure, please.
All right. What I think is really interesting about cider, I was really lucky. I actually just hosted a talk for the Ontario Craft Cider Association.
Oh, get out.
Yeah,
Perfect timing.
really great. And so, of course, we're in Ontario, Canada. We make really delicious cider. And so, obviously, to be a cider, you do need to have apples, but then you can start infusing it with anything else. You could have pear, you could infuse it with cherries as they have here at Fielding. This is an apple cider that does have those Niagara cherries.
Oh, wow.
Let's taste it. That's delicious.
Is that not delicious?
That's delicious. And you can taste,
wow.
you can taste the apple and the cherry, right? Like there's a lot of complex and nuance there. There's a lot of brightness, there's a lot of freshness. I really like that. Isn't that beautiful?
So pretty.
When you're having a spring roll that has that deep fried crust of sorts, you have the dipping sauce. I think this is gonna offer a lot of balance and refreshment. Don't you think?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, apple cider. I love Ontario apple cider. I think it's refreshing. I think it's delicious. I think it's all the things that you need, really.
I think that's
so
pretty
good.
Great.
Yeah, santé.
This portion of the Wild Grill is brought to you by Napoleon Grills.
For an incredible grilling experience, look no further than Napoleon's Prestige Pro. A great grill is more than just grilling features. The Prestige Pro 665 has a storage cabinet that is spacious for all of your favorite barbecue accessories. Soft, closed doors prevent slamming and wear and tear on the cabinet doors. The addition of the in-grill lights, as well as the LED Spectrum nightlight control knobs, glow red when the gas is left on as a safety feature. This grill has near limitless options, making nighttime entertaining a breeze. All right, friends, time to get our goose out of our brine. Now I'm just going to set them on the paper towel here because we want to try to get all the excess moisture off before we get those on the grill. Look at that. That is a goose that is ready to go. I'm going to dry these up. Now I have my grill on a medium heat right here in the center. There's the sound I'm looking for. And I'm going to have them on here for approximately 4 minutes aside. I'm going to close that up. So I'm going to cook my goose today similar as I would to a steak, as I mentioned earlier. What I want to do is let the grill do the work for me. I'm going to be watching for when the meat starts to pull away, then I'll know it's time to go in and flip. So I've just checked my goose and it is right at the internal temperature I'm looking for, right between 130 and 135, so time to get these off. Oh, those are looking fantastic. Now with any red meat, right now resting is what's most important for this protein. Don't make this section too snappy-pappy, but what we can do while we're waiting for those to rest is move on to our plating. You put the amount of rice that you know your loved ones would enjoy. Beautiful cloud of rice there. And now let's get our vegetables on. Oh, they have just been sitting in there enjoying their time at the spa. Look at how lovely those are. We're gonna get these right on top of the rice, get those teriyaki flavors right down into our rice. Yummy, yummy, in my tummy. All right, let's crack into our goose, get it all sliced up for our plates. Here we go, nice long cuts. My knife is just gliding through that. So as I cut this, you might notice off to the side that I have this red juice running out. Now this is not blood, as some people are quick to think. This is actually something called myoglobin. And all it is an enzyme that's released as the muscle fibers contract when it's cooking. I'm gonna get right in here and get handsy. We're gonna get this meat right onto our plate. That is it. I'm just gonna put that in a nice little fan. So the reason I wanted to fan this out today is so I could really show you the color that we achieved inside our goose here on our medium cook. Oh, doesn't that look delectable? This looks so beautiful, but as always, I have to taste it before I put it in on the table. So let's just take a little bit. Can't forget, oh, this beautiful teriyaki. Let's try that. I am not tasting any game flavor whatsoever. It is falling apart in my mouth. This is tasting so rich. I'm really getting all of those Asian flavors that I was going for. This is definitely a keeper you're going to want to make over and over. The Canadian goose is a large species of the goose family. Like most geese, Canada's are predominantly a migratory bird. When in their migratory flight, they are easily identified by the iconic V-shaped formation. Their migration routes have changed over the years due to the changes in habitat and food sources. Canada geese have adapted to live in human-altered areas and have been able to establish breeding colonies in urban habitats. Canada geese are monogamous animals. They find a mate usually in their second year and stay with this mate for life. Typically, the female lays 2 to 9 eggs and they hatch after an average of 28 days. Goslings are immediately capable of walking, swimming, and even finding their own food. This goose has a very iconic and recognizable appearance. Their black head with a white band chin strap and black neck is very distinguishable. They have brown or grayish bodies. Males typically weigh 5 to 14 pounds, where the females are slightly lighter. They are most recognized through their distinctive honk.
The Wild Grill is brought to you by Napoleon Grills, North Fork Bison,
As we bring our day of Asian cuisine to a close, I'll be using our skillet again, but this time it will be frying up delicious apple and pear cheesecake wontons. So what I have here are wonton wraps. So I'm just going to lay that out. Now I'm going to put a little dollop of cream cheese right in the center of that guy. Gonna use my finger, go in there, no problem, getting a little dirty, it's worth it. And this one's going to be apple. So a couple of pieces. It's not a very big wonton, so I don't want to overfill these because I don't want them coming apart. A little bit of water around each of my edges, and then we're just going to grab our 4 corners, bring those together, and now these pieces I have coming out, we're going to bring those in as well. We're going to do a firm press on those, but not too firm because sometimes they like to come apart a little. Look how cute that is, friends. I went ahead and made some already. Now let's get them in the oil. There is that sizzle that I'm looking for. Now, as always, I like to use long tongs when I'm cooking with oil. But you know, if you need a little bit more excitement in life, you go ahead and use as short as you want. Okay, look at that. Like, seriously, are those not the cutest little things, friends? All we need now is a little bit of snow. And by snow, you know what I'm talking about. A little bit of dusting of icing sugar. Oh, that's exactly what it needed. That dusting just adds that little bit of extra sweetness that I'm looking for. What an easy way to end off such a great meal today. Our Ode to Asian has definitely not disappointed me, and I know it won't disappoint you either. Let's go and give this a try. Oh, well, that velvety flavor from the cream cheese was really coming through, and then the bite with the apple and the crisp. I really hope you try our goose teriyaki recipe so that you can experience for yourself that just that added bit of time with brining can really change a person's experience with waterfowl. And make sure to check out our website for all of today's recipes and more. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Wild Grill, full of flavor. Ooh, one more. My kids are gonna be like, there's two missing. I don't know what you're talking about. I only made you 3.